Welcome back to Front Mission 2, and today I thought I would cover how to surrender an enemy because didn't really see a lot of how-to guides online, so I thought I would go ahead and make one just to help people out. So basically the way surrendering works is you have to whittle down an enemy's health, and you have to destroy their left arm, their right arm, their legs, and then really get their health low. And if you'll notice with the way I have my mechs positioned, what you kind of want to do in these situations is just look at the target you want to surrender to get their items, and then eliminate the other threats around them so you can just concentrate on whittling down the health of the one you want to get the items for. Now, I'm going to load up another save just to speed this along to serve as an example. So, as you can see, fast forwarded to this save, I have gotten rid of all the other threats of the ones that I did not want their equipment for, and now we're seeing this actual hostile super enemy over here. Let me see if I can actually get on him. Alright, I finally got on him now. Then check status, and you'll notice all the items that he has on him. He's got 2 T-103MGs, an OP for GV, and he's also in a Mythos B mech. That's the one I want. He's got some other nice stuff on him too, but I'm not concerned with that. I'm really just after the machine guns, you know, especially the one that's in his hand. And another thing, if you're curious as to how I brought up the actual stat screen to view everything on the battlefield, it's actually quite simple. You click in on the left and right triggers if you're on Xbox at the exact same time, and what that'll do is bring up the entire status screen, and you can view everything across the battlefield. That's if you want to do that, though. Just thought I'd mention that. Anyway, once you get to the point of where you've eliminated the other threats and you're concentrating on the main one, it's really just like playing chess and chance until you whittle down and destroy his arms and legs to get his health really low. That's just how it works with surrendering an enemy, and that's what you got to do. But in order to surrender an enemy, you also need the appropriate perk. Now, if you go over to Thomas here, I'm going to check Thomas's status, and you go over to Pilot, you'll see for his skills down low that he has Surrender Call equipped. And if you go over to Ash right here, you'll also notice that if you go down to Pilot, he also has Surrender Call. Now, in order to get Surrender Call, you have to have high enough honor to actually unlock the skill so you can surrender the enemies, them being on low health with their, arms and legs destroyed, as I had previously described. And then you have to surround them. So you always want to level up Ash and Thomas as quickly as possible when you start playing the game and get their honor as high as possible so you can start surrendering enemies and getting all their unique equipment. Now, I'm going to load up another save here to fast forward and speed this entire process along now that you understand the basics. And then eventually, through hard work, you'll get to the point of where you have the enemy on low health, their arms are destroyed, their legs are destroyed, and then what you'll have to do is surround them, and you have to have somebody with Surrender Call to actually help with that. And seeing as how Thomas can move closest, the easiest, I'm going to stick Thomas right over here. And by the way, you have to completely actually surround the enemy. You have to completely surround the enemy to get them to surrender. That's just how the game works. That's how the mechanic was set. That's how the developers did it. And then I'll finish out this example just for sake of this video. So once you have them completely surrounded, once you have them completely surrounded like I do, one pilot on each square around the enemy. And it has to be like this, you can't have like one missing due to the side of a building or anything else like that. You have to have them on there. Once you've done that, you end your turn. And after a set amount of turns, the enemy will start to surrender. You see, he's starting early now. Sometimes it takes 2 turns. In this case, it takes 1 turn. And you have to surrender them. So keep ending your turns until the enemy has completely surrendered and you get the notification. Because once you've done that, you get whatever the enemy had on them. You get their parts, their weapons, whatever it is. So just keep waiting. Keep ending your turn. And Mythos B surrendered. You see, we just saw the notification, then the new turn came about. We're done. Now listen, once you surrender an enemy, you still have to survive and complete the level you are playing. So the way you skill and equip your pilots in this game is extremely important, so I hope you saw the previous video that I had just recently posted. If not, go ahead and click on the playlist and go back on the pilot and skills video that I've actually made, because that's important information in regards to, reference to how to set your pilots up and play the game. Anyway, finish out the level once you've done everything, and that'll do it for this video.